Hi everyone, my name is Tiffany Burke and I've been asked by several people how I got this soft green edit for this photo. So I figured doing a video would be a really quick way to show you how to do that. So today I'm going to show you how I got the light and airy look plus the soft green pastel edit using Mastin Presets and editing only here in Lightroom. First of all, I do want to say that doing a screen recording like this is going to show a color difference in the video. So my final product is going to look a lot different than what you guys are going to see here on the screen. Not a lot, but it usually is a little bit brighter on a screen recording. So keep that in mind. To see my final edit, it is on my social media pages and on my website. Okay, so to start, first of all, I always do this to kind of compare to see a before and an after look. Before is on the left, after is on the right. And to do that, you just push the Y button and that brings up your before and after. Another quick way that I like to do while editing and checking my work, I just push the backspace button so I can kind of look and see what it looked like when I started, where I am now, and see if it feels too far off. So, really quickly, I'll tell you how the day was when I shot this. The day was overcast, and this was our last outfit of the day. So we were shooting about close to 8 o'clock at night, I believe, 8:15 maybe. So it was a little bit darker, and we were inside this kind of covered area, which was also a little bit darker. So I cranked my ISO to 1250, and I don't care about that. I will crank it till the cows come home. I have a Mark III. It's a great camera, as you can see when you zoom in. It does beautiful work. I don't feel like it's too noisy, and a slight bit of noise makes it feel a little bit more filmy to me anyways. So I'm set to 1250 there. I'm shooting on my 50 millimeter 1.2 and I am opened all the way up with a focus on her. And then my shutter is 1/400. So those are my settings there, and that's what type of day it was outside. And as you can see, I just placed her right in the middle. I love to pull my clients really far away from the backdrop, blur the backdrop behind them, make them the main focus, make them pop, and then come in here and play with my colors. So let's get to the colors, which is what you really did come on here for. Let's go ahead and reset the image and start from the beginning. And it's actually about a 3-minute edit to explain and maybe a 1-minute edit to do. So the first thing I do is correct my drunken shooting. I don't shoot drunk, in case you were wondering, but for some reason I can't shoot straight. There we go. That feels amazing. The next thing we're going to do is go over here to where my presets are. If you don't use Mastin Presets, I really recommend them. I wasn't a preset person for a long time, but they did a lot of good things for me. They increased my workflow to be more consistent and manageable and quick. And it also took my editing skills and my photos from the level where I was to where I want to be. It made it feel more high end, more fine art, and more in line with my brand and what my clients were looking for as well. It's a great investment, one-time thing. I do not work for them. I do not get a kickback from the amazing Kirk Mastin. I just believe in his product, and I believe in supporting that. And I believe in sharing with other photographers so they can have the same positive things in their business that I have. Okay, so to use Mastin, if you don't know how to already, but just come over here, click the very first. I do the first one. You can you do blue or that if you want to, but I do 400 neutral. And then you go ahead and adjust your exposure, and you want to pull that down a little bit. And don't panic over these greens. Everybody stay calm. Let's breathe together. The next thing I like to do actually is to correct my lens correction. So go ahead and click that. Kirk has it down here, so you have that option. You can see the difference off versus on. It just gives more of a flatter look. And again, you can just pull down your exposure on that. You can do that manually down here if you don't happen to have these presets. Just right down here under lens correction, just check that and it will turn itself on. Boom, flat, lovely, gorgeous. So this image actually could be done now just after I adjust the greens. So after 2 clicks, I could be done. But you can come through here, yes, ways that you can do the highlights and just to adjust however you want to towards your settings. Click what you want for shadows, Or if you don't want to do that and you just want to mess with it by hand over here, which I like to kind of do like a softer contrast and softer blacks, maybe open that up. Image is looking really, really good. I know the green is atrocious, so I just came in here for this session and I went a little cray and really played with this green. So I just went down here to the saturation level. Typically I drop it down to 70. That still felt too much for me. So I just kept going. I dropped it down to somewhere in the 90s. I know that feels insane, but I love the way it looked. Another thing you can do is mess with the hue. So I even pulled that a little bit to add in a tiny bit of yellow. To watch it to its extreme with the hue, all of a sudden we're in fall. I feel like having a pumpkin spice latte. And now we're, psychedelic green. So somewhere in between those two felt really lovely and beautiful to me. And then you can come down here and mess with the luminance if you want to. And see how dark that can get if you really wanted it. Some nice happy trees. Channeling my inner Bob Ross. Or just kind of sliding it right around there. That felt really pretty to me, so maybe a little bit lighter. Not too crazy like Snow White, but probably maybe about there. Feels really good. Again, your screen, what you're seeing is a little bit brighter with a little bit less color when I do a screen recording grab. So it's not as, doesn't have as much color. So maybe I will darken it a tad for you folks at home. All right, so that's looking really, really beautiful. I'm enjoying it. I love it. The dress was a little bit more blue in person, not by much. So I'm just going to adjust that. I'm going to kind of darken it a tad here. Pull this up through here. Maybe she was wearing a purple dress. Oh, maybe she's wearing a turquoise dress. Look at all the fun that can be had. But she wasn't. She was wearing a very dusty blue dress that went so well with these soft greens. And here we go. So I was just kind of adjusting, playing with that. That felt very beautiful to me. I left it as is. So this image is pretty much done. And I'll just show you a couple more things that I do to polish off an image. For me, with the edits, for some reason, my magentas don't turn out really well on their lips. So I always have to come in and recorrect them and bring them back to kind of 0 or wherever. Cool. The next thing that I do on most of my images is I sharpen them. And I sharpen them to about here just to keep them really tack sharp. This feels still slightly off to me. Maybe I'll go in and mess with that for hours. Oh no, look at that, y'all. I'm in trouble. Okay, so again, image feels pretty done to me. If you want to add some grain over here, just add that in there to kind of give like more of that really filmy look. Maybe I want to fill this little piece in right here. If that's bugging me, just go ahead and grab your cloning tool right here on the right. Fill that space in. There you go. Cool. Also, my original image I did clean up over here. I just used my cloning tool again. For some reason, my eyes didn't really like that slight, gentle mess. So just going along here, having Lightroom adjust where it thinks it's going to adjust and tell it how wrong it is. Going over here looks great. Maybe getting rid of these spots down here. That type of thing. Do as you want. I don't really care about it being completely perfect down here. No one's going to notice that much. I just wanted a slight cleanup so the eyes didn't end up looking down there, and it just kind of gives it a softer, cleaner feel. In case you can't tell, one of the artists I'm most inspired by in my entire life is Monet. There we go. So let's just do before and after and the side by side so you can just take a look. And that's it. Very quick edit, light, airy, shooting wide open, blurring the backdrop, pulling your client away, playing with your greens, adjusting your colors. Something else that in case, for those of you who don't know how to create your own preset after this, just simply go up here, press the plus button, and then title it, Tiffany's Dreamy Greeny or whatever, okay? And then you have all of the, if you want to screenshot how I do it, this is how the stuff that I keep for when I create a preset, then click create. It's over here in your presets, and then when you So let's just reset the image. And then if I wanted to just do one click, I just one click it and there it is. And it's all the edits have been saved. And in one click, it's done and ready to go. That only works if you have like the same lighting and all of that. So another thing that you can do, batch sync edit, for those of you at home who have not done that before to save time. If you have a situation again that has the same lighting, the same coloring, same kind of everything, just select the image you want that's already edited and click the shift button, and I just arrow over for the images I want to batch edit, and then I click sync. Again, if you want to screenshot what I have saved here, go ahead, but these are the items I have screenshot. Go ahead and synchronize it. I'm not going to because I already did, and then they will all transform into the beautiful image that you had. I still go back and hand edit and look at each image. This is rendering just to make sure that it looks how I want it to, and it's not missing any coloring, because it's not a guarantee that it will batch edit properly and perfectly. But so this gives you an idea. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me anytime. I hope this helps. Basically, for me, I do struggle with my greens in other situations, and so I do play around with them a lot. I think I got lucky in this situation. But if you have questions, I'm in the Mastin Labs group, or you can find me on Facebook or whatever you want to do. Here's the final image. There we go. Okay, bye.